Hi everyone, hope you all are doing great. Today I will discuss a topic from Master's Final Year of English Department. The name of the topic is Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, written by William Shakespeare. The play opens during a bitterly cold night outside of Royal Danish Palace. There is changing of guard. Bernardo replaces Francisco. Soon there are two characters alive, Horatio and Marcellus. We learn that Bernardo and Marcellus, two soldiers, have witnessed an extraordinary sight of both of the previous night. Watches the ghost of former king of Denmark. Old Hamlet has appeared before them in full armor. On the third night, they have welcomed Horatio, a scholar and a skeptic who just arrived in Denmark to verify their ghost sighting. Horatio initially expresses doubt that the ghost will appear. Suddenly it does. The two soldiers change Horatio to speak to the ghost, but he does not. The ghost disappears just suddenly as it arrived. Soon after the ghost disappearance, Marcellus asks the other two why there has been a massive mobilization of Danish war forces recently. Horatio answers saying that Danish army is preparing for possible invasion by Fortibras, Prince of Norway. We learn that the Fortibras' father was killed many years before in a single combat with old Hamlet. Now this is the king whose ghost have just seen. Now the old Hamlet has died, presumably weakening the Danes. There is a rumor that Fortibras plans to invade Denmark and claims that that land were forfeit after his father's death. After Horatio has finished explaining the political backstory, the ghost of old Hamlet appears once more. The time Horatio does to speak to the ghost. When the ghost remains silent, Horatio tells Marcellus and Bernardo try to detain it. They strike at the ghost with spears, but jab only air. The rooster crows just as the ghost appears ready to reply Horatio's last. These sound startle the ghost away. Horatio decides to tell Prince Hamlet, old Hamlet's son, about the apparition, and others agree. The Scene 2. Scene 2 begins at the court of Claudius and Gertrude, the king and queen of Denmark. They have just been married. This marriage has followed quickly after the death of the former king of Denmark. Old Hamlet, Claudius' brother, Claudius addresses the quickness of their marriage, representing himself in mourning for a lost brother. Even he is joyful for a new wife, his new time sister. Claudius also addresses the question of Fortibras' proposed invasion. He says he has spoken to Fortibras' uncle, the king of Norway, who has Fortibras promised to halt any plans to invade Denmark. Claudius sent Cornelius and Boldemont, two courtiers, to Norway to settle this business. Finally, Claudius returns to Lestius, the son of trusted counselor Polonius. Latrius expresses a wish to return to France, and Claudius grants permission. At this point, Prince Hamlet, who has been standing apart from the king's audience the whole time, speaks the first of many lines. Claudius asks Hamlet why he is so still gloomy. Hamlet's replies are invasive, cynical, and punning. He declares his grief upon losing his father still deeply affects him. Claudius goes into a speech about the unnaturalness of prolonged grief. To lose one's father is painful but common. He says Hamlet should accept this as nature's course. He expresses a wish that Hamlet remain with them in Denmark instead of returning to Wittenberg. Hamlet remain where he is a student. When and Gertrude second this wish, Hamlet agrees. The king, queen, and all their retinue still exist as stage, leaving Hamlet alone. In the first soliloquy, Hamlet expresses the depth of his melancholy, his disgust, the mother's hastily marrying Claudius after the death of his father. He declares his father to many Claudius superior as a man. After soliloquy, Horatio, Marcellus, and Bernardo enters at the Hamlet to agree to recognize Horatio, his school friend, but finally he welcomes Horatio warmly. After chatting about the state, Horatio tells Hamlet that he has seen his dead father recently, the night before. Hamlet asks him to explain, and Horatio tells the story of appearance of the ghost. Hamlet decides to attend the watch very night in the hopes of seeing the ghost himself.